What's up, YouTubers? Bobby Brown. Today, I've been asked for over a year now by some of my friends and people in the vape community to do some reviews on parts and mods and juices and addies and things of that nature. Still haven't done them. My YouTube channel is very, very seldomly used. Now I do frequent YouTube and watch other people's stuff. So let's get to it. Today I'm going to do a review on this little beauty right here. It's a 252 box mod. This is called the Claymore, made by Stewart. Now, I went to Vape Slam here in North Carolina right at a little over a month ago, and I met Greg at the 252 booth, and me and him got to talking, and he thought I would really do well with this 252. Now, one of my other friends from a different Facebook group was there, and I got to meet him and talk to him, and he also had one, and he said the same thing. So after talking to Greg for a little bit and seeing what he had and the things that he had done to this box in particular, he kind of sold me on it. So I took one home with me. I played with it. I've had it here for a month now. I've been using it. It's a great purchase. And I've been telling Greg I was going to get a review put out there for him. So here goes nothing. I don't do fancy editing and things like that. I'm not into that. This is just going to be straight out, straightforward, me and you talking. So let's get going. Okay, Greg is like I said, he's from North Carolina. He makes these 252 boxes. This one, again, was called the Claymore. Outside, it's a hard metal box. 510 on the top. I have the option with the switch on the front of the box. He also has an option with the switch right here on this side as well. With my hands, I could have done it just fine with this here. I preferred this front switch. I like holding it like that and hitting the switch here like this, or holding it with this hand and using it with my thumb like so. It's all personal preference, whatever you like. I personally, the options that he gave me that day, I chose the front switch. So outside construction, nice hard box, probably one of these Hammond. It's a Hammond box. Not sure the numbers of the box. It's a 1.5, I don't know, something 1.5 something with BB. I don't know. It's the box that'll hold 4 batteries. Hammond on the back. This happens to be serial number X001C. So this is serial number 1 of this acid etched variety. I'll get into that later. Box is good and hefty without the batteries. I like a heavy box. It's very nice. So let's get into the internals. So this box here is clean, very nice. I'll try to put some light on this here so you can maybe see better. The inside of this box is very clean. Everything, all the wires inside, all pre-bent. Everything's good and straight. There's nothing flopping around in there. Nothing to move around inside the box. Everything is good and sturdy. All connections are nice and snug. There's no issues. I haven't had any problem at all in using this for a month, and I have really put it through the testing phases and put it through the ringer, so to speak. All the connections for the battery from here all the way across. This particular model here is the Claymore, and it is a series parallel. As you see, they come down here. You got positive to negative, and it joins over here to this side, to this positive, to this negative. So you got batteries running in series. You can run this with one battery here and one on this side, either bay, and it'll still run in series. So if you want to run a single series option with it, you can do so. They're still going to be connected together through a series circuit. You run 2 here and 2 here, you get series parallel. So you get two series setups run together. So you get double the power, double the battery life. And it really lasts me pretty much all day. even when you get down to where the batteries are getting down to about 3.5, this thing still hits like a train. It actually becomes a very pleasant vape, as if you were hitting a 4.2. It's still very, very nice. Very, very, very cloudy box to have. So back to the connections. These are 18 gauge. I'm sorry. All connections at the batteries are all 14 gauge. So I'll use this little pin here. How about you, screwdriver? All battery connections. Here, 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 and here. All the connections to the battery are all solid 14 gauge copper. Here from the MOSFET, this is a 195 amp MOSFET switch. Again, protecting the switch so you can really build down low on this thing. I'm not going to get into what I built down to and put on here, but most people say 0.3, 0.2 on a series box. That may be their series boxes. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just telling you this box can handle some good stuff. It can handle some low builds. From the MOSFET to the switch, this white wire here, that is 18 gauge solid copper. All right, all this is solid. From right here, from the switch going up into the 510, that is stranded 14 gauge. On the back side, solid 14 gauge. Everything's 14 except for this one wire coming off the MOSFET to the switch. Everything's copper. It's the sleds are made by Keystone. The switch is an E-switch brand switch. It's not really clicky, but you can tell when it's making contact in there. You can kind of feel it. It doesn't have really clicky. Doesn't have that clicky sound though, but it's okay. It's a very good switch. Good spring on that switch. No issues with that whatsoever either. The magnets here in the doors, with the magnets here on the box, and you got 4 here, okay, and you got 4 on the door. They are the N52 rare earth magnets. They are strong. They are super strong. They really do. They really grab well. They're not coming off, and that's just me holding the butt. It does not come off, even with batteries in it. Super strong. You don't lose your door that way. Back to the outside construction on this thing. It is powder coated. No paint is ever used on it, so it is super durable. I actually dropped it one day. Nothing inside moved. Being that everything is 14 gauge in there, nothing inside this box moved around. No connections became loose, and it put no dents in the box and put no chips on the powder coat. So again, very durable, very strong. You also have this 510 here. It's a floating 510, so it's going to go up and down. You're going to see that wire. You're going to see that little wire right there move up and down as you put your atomizers in, because it's a floating setup. Try to hold it real still as I turn it down. Alright, you see how it's pushing down there? It's a floating pin. So you get good contact all the time with it. The back door, I have the option for being acid etched. The acid etched option is sweet. This is the Punisher. I don't know how well you can see that. If I can get it into the light a certain way to get you to. Let me turn this light up here. Get it out on there. Alright. You can see the Punisher logo in there. It's really nice. I really like it. I'm into skulls. I like that kind of thing. So again, it's acid etched. You're not going to beat it to death. There's no paint on it. And any little imperfection on there wouldn't hurt a thing. It's just a gorgeous, well-constructed box. We'll get into how it performs. Let me put some batteries in here right quick. I'll be using some 25Rs. Batteries don't come out. They don't flop out. They stay good and snug in there. It does not. The terminal, the connections going into the all your battery connections in here that are making contact, they are bent in and up as to not pick your battery wrappers when you pull your batteries in and out. That's something that's very small, but it's good attention to detail, and that's because we all have to wrap our batteries and re-wrap our batteries, and we get aggravated when we buy brand new batteries and we start pulling them in and out of our mods and they're picked, especially with devices like this. But it's good and sturdy, good and strong. Batteries don't come out, so very nice. But it's easy to get them in and out. I mean, you just pop it one good time and you can start pulling them out of there. Hits like a train. What I got here is a Tobe. I drilled the snot out of it, get some airflow on it just to have a nice all day. Not for competitions, nothing like that. But what I got on here, chuff cap on a big Tobe, 30mm Tobe. I've got it's old. It's a 9-wrap. I don't know if you can see it or not. Hold it up here. They don't have the best lighting. Again, I'm not a huge reviewer. So there's a 9-wrap 20 gauge Canthal around a 3mm. Ohms out at 0.26. Put a little of this Vapor Gate on there, as y'all know I love Vapor Gate. Put a little Atlantis on there. It's a 3mg Atlantis. It's a black cherry. If you haven't tried it, it's amazing. This isn't a juice review. It's just it's a box review. But yeah, this thing hits great. Hits amazing. As you can see, there's no hesitation to it. The parallel really helps that out with the battery sag. And the series, obviously, we're throwing the power to it. So we'll vape it and see what it comes out to. Now I normally take a very long pull, but because I got so much airflow on this thing, you can't take a long pull on it because it fills your lungs up so fast. So as you can see, this box really performs above and beyond what I thought it would. It's the neatest, cleanest box that I own to date. And I've got lots of boxes. I've got lots of mods, lots of addies. So if anyone wants to see something built quality, I'm going to show them the Claymore box first. The good thing about this Claymore and 252 boxes is that it is not only this is a 4-mod box, 4 battery box. He has a series box and a parallel box. They're tiny, teeny. I mean, they're little bitty. But the way he bends everything and puts everything in there is so nice and neat. He can fit about anything into anything. Good guy. Pleasure working with him. So look him up, 252 Mods. Do a search on Facebook. You can find him. Hunt him down on Facebook. It's Greg Stewart. He's got a big skull on his profile picture. But yeah, guys, that's a quick review. I got no cons whatsoever with this box. None whatsoever. So check him out.